oh, is it doing it? Is it working? Have all the buttons fallen into place so everything's come to this now, live to me here, without me having to push a button to make me live here, except for the button that I pushed 5 minutes ago. I'm quite happy. It looks like it is. Yay. I've got a little bit more tweaking to do, but I'm expecting that it's all going to work fine, and it could. So far, so good. So, hello and welcome. If you're joining me for the first time, then a special hello and welcome. If you're joining me for, many times in the past, then hello and welcome as well. I'm Chris, this is Gross Models, and this is the Lego live stream. It's the lockdown live stream that I've been doing various nano blocks and Lego things in these sort of episodes. This is the last of the sort of normal, regular type buildy things. I've done several different nano and Lego kits over the last 19? This is the 19th, I think it just said. I think this is the 19th episode I've done. Now, the series itself, the lockdown live streams, will be continuing, although I'm going to change it up a bit, change the name, and, because lockdown is sort of closing down and finishing. So things are getting a bit more back to normal. I've got one more week after this week until I return to work. And when I do return to work, obviously these won't be happening during the daytime. They'll shift to the evening because I've been at work during the daytime. So yes, keep an eye on the channel to find out what's happening when. I've set up all of this week's. There's now, obviously now, here live now. Tomorrow at midday, I've still got the Wooden Wednesday. Thursday is still an evening with, in the evening, because it's in the evening. And Friday, I'm still at noon, starting my new big Lego project, which is going to take a few episodes. Next week, I'm not sure what I'm doing quite yet. I might not have the Tuesday. I might call the Tuesday over and just continue doing Lego on the Friday, because otherwise I run out of stuff too quick. And it's the last week to sort of try and settle into the new regular format. But at the weekend, I'll be putting up the new listings of when things are going live. You'll be able to see it on my YouTube page. If you can't find my YouTube page, then I don't know how you're watching this. But if you are, look at my actual channel page, and it will give you the whole thing about what upcoming live streams is the section that it's got. Right, having a look through the chat, as ever, I was there a couple of hours ago to make sure nobody else was here, because normally this would have happened at lunchtime at 12 o'clock, but I shifted it to 2 o'clock. But then Dad comes in and says hello to me. Then Dexterous Crafter comes in, that's Nat, another one of your mods. Raging Modeler, Adam. Then that's everybody there talking amongst themselves. Eric is here as well. And then that's everybody talking amongst themselves still. And then me counting down to actually going, pushing the button. I pushed the button and it all seemed to work. I've managed to get it to put text in the chat and change the camera scenes and set things up. And it all, I won't say flawlessly until I've watched it back and made sure it worked, but it seemed to work pretty well. So I'll play with it a little bit further, but I'm almost there now, I think. Let's see, anyone else coming? Model Making Mayhem has come in as well, saying pimping ain't easy. But yes, it's quiet, speak up. Oops, had my volume turned down, says Dad. Yeah, that's not me. I can see my little bouncy mic levels, and they're in the right place. They're maybe a little bit low, but the mic's just there, and when I do turn around there for most of the stream, it'll be better, and I'll be a little bit louder anyway, but yeah. Mayhem says, love the showcase, Adam. That's the Raging Modeler, has just put up a video earlier today that I did watch of his May building skills, stuff he's done during the month of May, which have a look at the Raging Modeler. You can't do links and stuff, but you'll find it. It's there. We all know each other anyway, so yeah. That's that. Dad's not got his hearing aid fixed. That's the chat up today. Sal's just turned up saying good day, Chris and all. Good day, Sal. Welcome. Is it nice and warm over there in the Australia land, or is it winter time? It's the opposite season to us, isn't it? So we're getting into spring, you're coming into autumn, so it's the end of your summery autumn time, I think. Is it autumn or fall? What do you call it? I don't know. Anyway, so welcome. Today I shall be doing stuff that's here. I keep going too far over. It's just there. That's where the little picture is. But the little picture that's down here, look. I could do it with the other hand probably. That might be easy. No, because that doesn't point that way. Anyway, I shall be moving over there. I do have to push another button to do it. So let me just move things out, move my mouse off my lap so I can press the button. I shall push this button to go down there now. I'm still in here in the little top corner, so you can still keep an eye on me. Although you can mainly keep an eye on the right hand side of my head, because that's where things are going to be pointing at the camera. But the interesting stuff happens here. No, it's winter and cold, says Sal. Yeah, but your cold is like, it's cold, it's freezing cold, it's 15 degrees or something. And that's like summer here. So, yes, this is a Lego Technic set. Now, there used to be, Lego was subdivided, there used to just be Lego, that was it. And then they brought out other ranges like the Space and Technic and Pirates and things like that. Technic has always been the sort of more technical, obviously. It's got some different bits in it, although they seem to be in the normal Lego kits now as well. So it's a bit different. It's another one of these 2-in-1. So let's open the box and have a look. The big kit that I have sitting over there is also a Lego Technic, but it's one of the huge Lego Technic ones, which you probably saw previous times in my streams. I did show it off last time and said this is what I'm going to be doing next. I'm just going to scan the QR code to get the buggy built into there. Oh, this has got Instruction Plus. This is very, very cool. I don't use it, but it's there if you do. The Instruction Plus tells you how to build the two things. So I like that one, so I'm going to finish with that one. So I'm going to start building that one. So it gives you the instruction manual for it. But it's not just pages from the instruction book. You can have that as well. But this is better. This is actually almost a video. You can hear it clicking away there. But each bit you can actually zoom in on and pan round and make sure you're getting the right bits to go into the right places. It's very, very cool. It's not very cool for doing on video, but it's there if you need it. So in this kit we have one big bag, one little bag, one instruction manual, and one sheet of stickers. Mayhem says, I had the original Technic forklift, the dune buggy, and the dirt bike. I didn't have much in the way of Technic. I had a lot, or most of, at the beginning days, the Lego Space stuff, but wasn't really into the Technic. I think my brother had a lot of the Technic stuff, but I didn't. I wasn't allowed it, so yeah. Raging Modeler says, at some point I'll go through my Lego manuals and message you the QR codes. Oh, that'd be lovely, yeah. You get points for putting them into the thing and stuff. I don't know what you can use the points for, but I'd never object to having a collection of instruction manuals and things. Obviously if you want to grab mine, you can grab them off the screen, so yeah. Alright, so I don't sort out bits, but tyres I traditionally do get out of the way. Often I'll put them together first, because you know how they're going to go, and it just makes them, you know, together, out the way, less parts to have to worry about and sort things out. So let's pop the hubcaps into the tyres. Someone get Daddy's earphone. Pardon? What? Eh? Who? Right, there we go. So that's the wheels sorted. It will say to do them probably the last step, but there we go. Oh look, we got springy suspension. Just the one of them though, apparently. That's interesting. Right. Yes. So it doesn't say what it is you're going to build. That's interesting. So what I'll do is go at the back, because that will say this is what you're building here, and that's what I want to end up with. I want to end up with that one. But as it's a 2-in-1, does that mean that the other one is completely different, or the same, or previous 2-in-1s have all been completely different? But this is just one instruction manual. It seems to say to build that. That's interesting. So maybe it's not 2-in-1, or it is, but isn't, sort of. That's a bit confusing. Maybe the instruction online thing has got how to build the other one. But this is the one that I wanted to build anyway. So I'll go ahead and build this one. Just follow the instructions as featured in the instruction manual. Now, I I do feel much better today. I've had a headache the last couple of days, but I feel much better now. So I think I'll, yeah. We'll try building with brandy and see how it works, because it's a nice day. It's warm. I've got the fan blowing. You know, I might fall asleep. There is always the chance of nappage, but probably not. Right, I can see that actually I'm badly out of focus there. I wasn't a little while ago. I don't seem to be on there, but I am here. That's interesting. Right, let me just play with the focus. I did move my camera a little bit. That's not changing the focus of that. That's changing the focus of me. You don't need to change the focus of me, because that was about right. I need to change the focus of the other thing. And I got a bit closer, I think. And I zoomed in a little bit, but not that much. Probably about there. No, that's not in focus. That's not in focus. I'd like a really incremental focus thing, but I can't. It doesn't give me that option. Right, let me zoom in a bit. That'll help. If I do some zoomage, oh, there we go. Now you can see what I'm going to be building on is sort of that height. I'll catch that before it escapes. Let me see if I can't get that in focus. Bear in mind it won't get in proper focus because it's tiny. I think the best bit is about there, or possibly there. I'll leave that there, zoom back out, and that's, yeah, that's probably about as good a focus as you're going to get on this. There we go, right. Okay, right, that was that. Let me put the chat back on the top so I can see what I'm doing there. Someone get Daddy's earphone, yeah. Get Daddy's beer to phone, gotcha. Yeah, that's about alright. Right. So, building onwards. Excuse me. Right. One of those and one of those. That's one of them. And it conveniently gives you the one-to-one picture down there. So you get the right bit, because it's not those, because it's grey apart from anything else. It's a little bit bigger than that. It looks just like that. So that goes through there, like that. Two of those. Now, as I'm only going to be building one of these kits by the looks of it today, this might be a short stream, but that's fine because it's a little kit. It's only a short sort of building thing. Be prepared that next time, on Friday, I will be building more. There is going to be a start to the big, what's it called, 4x4 off-roader. So yes, prepare yourself for that. I'm not saying it's going to be a long stream. It's probably still going to be an hour and a half. Dad says brandy burp there. I heard it. It wasn't brandy, honest. I wouldn't burp brandy. That'd be wasteful. Right, let's get the next parts. One of those. One of those. One of them. One of them. One of them. This is where the Technic bit comes in. It's all the tiny little unique crosshatch bits and things. And the last bit looks like that. No idea what that's for. That's just a unique shaped jointed piece. Right, it says to put them together first. So push that through there with the white bit in the middle, that way around. Like that. It says. There we go. Just like that. Then it says push the red one through that way like that. And then it doesn't say to put that in there, but it obviously is in there, and that's on the top of that. I have no clue what, if that bit could be anything. But it looks like it goes on there like that. If I can get that popped on there. That looks like that, so I'm going to go with it. It's there. Right. Continuing onwards, One of those? No, not one of those. One of those. That bit there. Goes over there and holds everything in place, so it sort of joins up in the middle. So there we have that. Let's push that through so it's halfway. This is obviously central, apart from this bit, which is going to get one on that side anyway. That's the next piece that I'm doing now. If I can find it, there it is. That one goes on there like that. So yes, we've built ourselves a little symmetrical thingy with a moving thing, stuff. What's it? Yeah, so far so good. I'm sure that's something to do with suspension, which is that bit there. We'll come to that. Right, part 8. Like section 8, not part 8. Diagram 8. You need one of them. Make sure it's that size on there. It is indeed. Grey one, it's not that big grey one. It's that next size down there. So 1 and 1, 3 block and a 5 block. Because they measure these in blocks as well as things. That's the point. There's no actual normal Lego pieces in here. That's interesting. There's actually no normal stud type Legos. Cool. I like it. It's something a little bit different. So that and that we need for this. That one goes through the top and that one goes through the bottom. By the looks of it, that goes through and sticks out a bit, and that one probably doesn't. And that goes through there. Like that. Yep, that looks like that picture. It's getting there, yep. Right. Here we have the next stage. One of those. Another one of the little yellow ones. The red one with blobs either end. And the other white bit like that. Right. Yes, so if you have been following along on my lockdown live streams, the wooden one I have almost finished. I thought I was going to finish it last week, but it took longer to make the actual helicopter than it did I thought it was going to. So I have not finished that yet. Tomorrow I shall be finishing the plane, the little biplane that goes on it, and hopefully getting it to work. It works a little bit with the helicopter, but not very well. You have to keep nudging it and making it go round. Although it's all as smooth as I can feel it going, I think there's a connection between the helicopter and the top bit is not quite right. It doesn't want to sort of stay in place a little bit. So hopefully the plane will correct that, and I'll have the plane running on it rather than the helicopter. But we'll see. The trouble being, I can't effectively film and do that on a live stream because it's just too damn big. You can't actually see all of it. It's in its entirety when it's on the counter on the bench, because it stands to here and it doesn't. Yeah, I can't move the camera that far away that it'll actually work. So assuming I can get it to sort of work, I shall do a quick video of that and post that up as well. But we'll have to see how that goes together. There we go, done that. And then that goes on to there, like that. Oh, on that bit there. Okay, yep. Sal says, I use Technic in my cosplay builds to give strength and structure. Cool. I have done some Technic stuff, but not lots. I didn't know that there wasn't going to be any proper Lego in it. I was expecting there to still be normal Lego pieces, but obviously in this one there aren't. Saying that, it's only a little kit anyway, so it's not got loads of things in it. Right, so that goes like that. The red one goes in from this side like that, and that one can do the same to come out like that. Okay, and where does that go? It's just pointing down to here. So what looks different there is that bit with the red thing coming out there, so it must go through there. like that. They're the only holes there that it fits into. Alright, so one of those and the springy bit. Which, the springy bit, that's got to go through there first. And then that goes through its tip, the end, yeah, the end one there. Like that. Oh, and through that as well, right. Top end of that goes onto there. So that's the suspension bit, just at the back there like that. And I would assume, as this is all symmetrical and this is not, so I'm assuming the other side's just going to stop onto there momentarily. Indeed, one of those goes on there like that. And that will be the start of the symmetricalness. Get that in the middle there again. So that's that there, and that still has that pivoting thing. That still moves, but I don't know what that's for yet. And that turns around, so I don't know what that's for yet either. We'll get there. It'll all become clear, no doubt, very soon. Let me get these parts that I need. That one. That one. That one. The grey one. That one. And the black one. That one. Okay. So we got the black in there. The blue in there. Then that goes on there like that. And that one comes out that side like that. Cool, we're not even halfway through the instruction manual yet, but I'm running out of bits, so I'm not sure. It might be that there is 2 sections in there. Shane is here saying, "Afternoon, Chris and everyone. Sorry I'm late. Mrs. Y wanted to go and pick up tablets, etc., so I had to help her. I have a letter from me other Mike. From me mother, Mike." It says, yeah, okay, as long as you've got a note, that's all right, yeah. As long as everything's okay, that's the most important thing. So that goes in there and connects down there as well. So that's made that all one symmetrical block. You missed the beginning. I'm building a Lego Technic Buggy. Maybe 1, maybe 2. We don't know what happens with the instructions yet. So that was that. Now I've got to do this side of the page. So we have 2 of those. 1 red and 1 of those. And that goes together like this. That's got to go in the middle bit. And that's got to go in the end bit. And that's got to go through there with that on the other side. Okay. I'm assuming that's the back, but it might be the front, but it's got big suspension thing. That's normally the back, isn't it? That's the way it normally works. Right, oh, now we get some colour. Let's add some colour. Let's add some alcohol. Thank you once again to Jeff, Candygram from Mongo, who's responsible for my alcohol habit. Much appreciated, thank you very much. Still lasting. It's going to last certainly through lockdown and throughout longer. Right, so that's that. Those 2. I still need 2 more of them. Not that one. Bigger than that. That one. There. One of those I've got. 1 red one. And 2 of these little, I don't know, talon, clawy, spiky type things. So let's get that through there. With one of them on there. And then the red one through there. Okay. Then that bit through the middle, yeah. Then that bit. And that bit. I was going to say we missed a bit, but we haven't really, because that's going to attach the whole thing together in a minute after I put a sticker on. Sticker number 3, which is a big number 8. Which can go either way up by the looks of it, and it goes in the middle there. Dad says, "Thanks for the reminder, Shane. Take tablets." Yes, don't forget to take the tablets. Shane says, "Just looks good fun, Chris. Just normal meds, nothing amiss." Good. That's well, it's not good. It is good, but it isn't. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Right. So that's got to go through there. but not held in place by anything. That holds that in place on that end. But at the moment, nothing holds that in place on that end, because that's going to have some movement. Or is that necessary? Or is that to get that lined up? I won't second guess. I shall stop and continue on, because I'm sure it will tell us as time goes by. I need one of those, which is indeed one of those, and two of those. So one of them's got to go into the end. Then it goes through there. And then the other end goes on. Some sort of bumpery type thing. One end is smoother than the other, on top side. So I'll put that one on the top. So there we have that. James Chapman's here. Afternoon, Chris. Good afternoon, James. How's things treating you at the moment? Is it warm where you are? Is it nice and sunny? How is everybody? What's the weather like where everybody is? What's your current outside temperature? In degrees Celsius, if you please, because I can't do the conversion things. Right, so that was that. Then we've got to turn it over and put that through there. Okay, making sure that's going where it should go and things. So, yeah, so far so good. So yes, your current temperature in degrees Celsius, please. Mine is warm. I was out in the car. I went shopping today. Out in the car. When I got in the car to go, it said 21. When I got back, it said 23. So it's a little bit warm outside here. And so how is it in your parts of the world? Whereabouts are you, and what's your temperature like at the moment? I can't think of a rhyming way of doing that. It's like town and temperature, but I don't really need to know the town. Location and litigation, no. I don't know. What's the weather like? Alright, let me get these together, and then I shall have a look and see if anybody's answered the question. That down there, that up there. That one going through from this side into the wheel, like that. Around, that seems okay. All right, with that on the end of it. Okay, yeah, that works. There we go. One wheel, which with this still upside down, goes into there. Okay, there's obviously got some steerage going on there, so that's going to be quite interesting. Not as interesting as the next project that I'm going to be building with steerage, but there we go. Let's have a look. James says, not too bad. Quite warm in Huntington. Just staying in. Hay fever doesn't play up. Yes, you don't want to go out and start sneezing. That's not good for anybody at the moment. Delivery, woohoo, says Adam, Raging Modeler. Ooh, tell us what more. Shane says 21 in Lowestoft. There we go. What'd you get, says Ian? Yeah, we'll find out. Dad says 24 degrees. Mayhem says package time for Raging Modeler. Eric, 32 and sunny in Indiana. That's warm. Yeah, that's a bit warm. Mayhem says 19 here, more like 23. Graham M says currently 30 degrees here in the southwest of France. Yeah, that seems quite warm. Welcome, Graham. Yes, that's a bit warm. Right, I done that. So we've got one wheel that turns a bit. Now we've got another one. Basically, it's going to be exactly the same, but from the opposite side. So one of those, a wheel assembly that I've already prepared for you. One of those, that, two of them. There is, of course, the traditional how many pieces am I going to have left over at the end of the build. Being a Technic, I'm not sure. It could be a high number, it could be a low number. I don't know. I've not built enough of them to have an opinion on how many pieces are going to be left over yet. So, yeah, have a guess. And we'll see who gets the closest. Not that I'll be keeping track, but, you know. Nat, Dexterous Crafter, says it's 20 degrees C in Wainfleet near Skegness. Good old Skeggy. I was in Skegness last year, or the year before. Around there, a couple of years ago, been around that way. But that was before I knew you, so I wouldn't have popped in for a coffee, because that would have been strange. Right, that one goes on there. Now we are building the middle bit of the steering. We have one of those, and two of the black ones. So we get that way round, and they both go on there like that, and then that goes across there like that. Yep. And they go onto that like that. Okay, I reckon this is going to join up with that and become some sort of stereo system from there. But I'm guessing again. I'm just guessing, making sure these things, and yeah. James says, speaking about Lego, can't wait for mine to turn up tomorrow. Got an Optimus Prime, UCS X-Wing, and another Emerald Knight. Also, have you thought about the Lamborghini Siancris? Is that the one that they just announced like yesterday or today? The green thing. I haven't, no. How do I describe it? I like building Lego. I like the doing of Lego, but I generally don't do the big kits. I've got a few bigger, nicer kits, but not anything like that. And I don't know, I'd have to film it, because, you know, or do it in a series of live streams would probably be the way forward. Building Lego on camera, videoing, is quite dull to watch. And I, for one, can't just keep up a commentary for the 7 or 8 hours of building that it'd take a decent sized kit. So I would have to either edit it and speed it up and, you know, do that, which I have done on a couple of video builds, or I would say cut bits out and just show things, as I did on one of my video builds. The fast forward thing didn't work, so I ended up showing like a slideshow of bits of the video throughout some of the building. That steering actually works really well. That actually takes it all the way back to here, and that works like that. I like that. That's very impressive. So yeah, how to. I'd feel strange building for the fun of it for myself without filming it now, because I've got the video content, and it, you know, the channel needs feeding. So I'd feel a bit strange not filming it. But equally, there's only, you know, you can't film absolutely everything, because that doesn't work. So I don't know. It would open up a different question as to what to do, how to do it, sort of question. I don't know. The big kit that I've got to build next, the 4x4 off-roader, is going to be an interesting experiment for me for how it works as a video series, as a live stream series. Obviously this one, I think I'll leave a little bit of space between there to make it a little bit more free running, although you can obviously push them together if you don't need it to go anywhere. I'm not going to be using this to drive around, so I'd quite like it to stay on the shelf. So I'm actually going to put the brakes on a little bit and have them, they'll still turn, but it's not going to roll away on its own. I think that's the plan. There we go. Mr. Salvation 7797 says, "Hey guys, just joined. Which Technic model is this?" This is, I shall show you. It is the tiny little buggy, Lego number 42101. It's a 2-in-1 kit, but I haven't found that it's got 2 lots of instructions in it yet. So it might just be the base is the same and the cosmetics are a little bit different. It might be that the second instruction is only in the app instruction manual. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go through. I flicked through, but didn't really find anything jump out at me. I like the one that's on the cover rather than the other version of it. So hopefully this is just going to be that. If not, we'll have to play around and do things that way. So I've got 2 of those. I need 2 of those as well. And 1 of them. And they go together thusly. The 2 red bits go into 1 of the black bits. Just like that. Then that goes on there that way round, and it doesn't go all the way through, honest. There you go. And then, right, that goes half through that and half not through that, like that, and then that goes on the other side. So that's giving some sort of support for the steering assembly. There we go. Everyone's told him what it was. I just told him what it was as well. Mr. Salvation says, huge fan of Lego, but never really got into the Technic sets. Yeah, much the same as me. This is one of the first Technic sets that I've ever built. I probably did a couple back in the day, ages ago, but never really got into Technic as a thing. But it's good. I'm confused and stunned that it hasn't actually got... I think I've turned over 2 pages there because I've got chunks to put together that I haven't actually got. That's my other downside. I do tend to turn over multiple pages from time to time. I'll keep that because I've got to do that in a minute. The steering wheel goes on there and doesn't do anything. Okay, so the steering wheel is cosmetic. The actual steering happens back here. Fine, we'll figure that out in a minute. Then we need to build the next bit. That's for data. I need one of those, which conveniently gives you the one-to-one picture to say it's definitely one of them. One of them and one of them. That becomes your steering. Okay, so that goes through there, locks into that piece, and on top of that goes one of those and one of those. So that's where you can do the steering. Okay, right. Now we're building the back fin. So one of those and one of those, making sure you get the piece that's the right way around. It's even got a number written on there, 22. Don't know if that's visible for you lot. But that goes on there like that. Okay, and then we need that piece. Goes through there, and then that one goes on there, which should have a 21 on it, which that one does. Just like that. So that's our back fin assembly, which then goes into there, and then we have stickers to go onto there. 5 and 2. There's 2. It came just after 1. I found it. So that goes on there, just like that. And then 5, right down the bottom, goes on the other side exactly the same. Trying to get it lined up the same. There we go. Model Making Mayhem says, I'm in awe that Technic have the massive dirt shoveler for massive land moving. Yeah, some of the kits are huge and impressive and lovely. Salvation says the new Lamborghini looks amazing though. Yeah, we were just talking about that a little while ago. Fun fact, the reducing gear found in some Technic kits allows you to make opening rolling doors and swinging gates for model railroads even. Cool. Ian says, now that IKEA have opened up again, I'm in with a chance of getting my office workshop properly set up. Yeah, I've seen pictures of queues for IKEA in, you know, ridiculous numbers of people. So yeah, I'd leave it for a bit because it's just mental out there at the moment. If you're not in any urgent need for it, then don't bother yet. Give it a chance to quieten down a touch. 21, there we go, that's that one. Right, so that goes into there like that. And that one goes onto the top of it like that. And sticker number 1 goes onto that. That the right way round. So far so good. Okay, and that's a door which goes onto there like that. A side panel, that's alright. Technic was never the Lego that looks quite right. It does always look like it's just been put together. It doesn't have the right finish to it. Not that Lego's got perfect finish to it, because it's got obviously nubs and things all over it. But it's, I don't know, more realistic? Is that the term that I really need? I don't know. It's difficult to describe. But Technic has always seemed to me more, it's more Meccano. It's more mechanically minded rather than looking functional, looking right. So there we go. That's that on there. Now we have to make 2 of these using that and that. Goes on the one end, and that goes on the other end the same way round. So we've got that like that. Let's do the same again. Oh no, I built that one wrong. I put them on the wrong ends. I'll have to take them off and put them on the right ends again. No, I won't. Not that silly. Right, that was all my stickers used, so let's get rid of the empty packet from that. The red bits go on the back, pointing upwards slightly, like that. And they obviously go over onto those with that little level of bendage. So yes, that is that, and that is that. So considering it says 2-in-1 on the front, it doesn't actually, oh, there's 2 more bits to put on, they go on the ends. Just to hold them in place a little bit more securely. So yes, there's the parts list if you want to order up or have the individual parts for building this entire kit. There you go. That's that. So yes, it does indeed steer quite like that. Nice, you can turn it around, do a nice little 3-point turn. There we go. And parts left over, we have one of them, 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 and one of them. So one of each of the fairly small parts. So yes, let's have a look at the app, because I'm intrigued now to see how it says you can do that if you haven't got all the bits. Let's have a look. Let's do that to there. Right, so this is there we go backwards. It won't go backwards. That one probably, turn it off. Right. So this is the other one. So you've got the choice of 2 models in this version of the thing. What about in the actual paper app? Instruction booklet is going to be exactly the same as that. And not loading it. I've got to reconnect and do everything. So yes, there is a second build possible, but only through the digital app, not through the instruction manual, which is very strange. Does it say that on the box? I would have thought that it made a point of saying, look, 2-in-1, and showing you the second one you can do. It does. It says this building instruction only at lego.com/technic. Okay, so it's the buggy or a race car, they call it. So basically it's probably, yeah, slightly different. You've got, instead of having the things at the front, they're on the back, they're on the front. That from the front is on the back. The door's the same. Oh no, the surround is a bit different as well. So it's all a bit lower down. It hasn't got this suspension bit in the same place. Still has the same steering assembly. So it's probably just different bits in different places. But other than that, that is now built. So I'm happy with that. That was a fun little build. The Technic works well. It does exactly what it says it should do. I'm surprised that there's no actual Lego blocks in there. No proper, nub blocks. But the steering is a clever little system. Doesn't steer much, but enough, and wouldn't put up with a lot of strain because of the way it's designed to just sort of push this bit sideways, but it works. So yeah, I'm more than happy with that as a build. I shall grab the box for the next build, just to tease. Yeah, there you go, that's the next build. So yeah, a little bit larger, somewhat more to it than this one. It's, as you can see, a 4x4. It's got a similar sort of orangey yellow feel to it, actually. I didn't realise that when I got them both. Obviously lots of stickers over this one as well. But yeah, somewhat larger, I would expect, judging by that. Eric says, Chris fumbling with his phone app while brandy induced. Now I turned off I put it in flight mode because I know what some of the people watching are like, Dad. If a phone appears on screen, they're on a bound to phone it or send messages or rude pictures. So yeah, I had to turn that off first. Right, this has the Lego Technic control app that you need to put onto a phone, which has got steering and stuff on it. So that looks like that's going to be great fun. Really good. I have opened the box already, and I have extracted that part already. I've even extracted it the right way up, because I wanted to put batteries in it. So I put some batteries in it. It runs on 6 AA size batteries. So I've had to fit some batteries in that. And then, of course, I had to get the app. I don't know if that'll work. There we go. Look, look. I can cheat. I have another phone, which is not connected to a phone network, so you can't phone and message me on that. Haha. That's what I'm going to be building, the 4x4 Extreme. So what it actually does, I've had to play with the app. I haven't opened any of the other packets of models, but I had to install the app to make sure it all worked. $100 plus for that one, I take it. I don't know about dollars. It was £130, so I don't know what that is in dollars. Yes, it's going to be 100, maybe 2. Right, press the green button to turn on the hub. You do that, it connects automatically and does it. It's all through Bluetooth, this one. So it tells you, incorrect port detected, please match the diagram. It comes with 3 motors. One, I think they call it a large motor, which goes into that socket there. And when you plug it in, it should tell you got it right. Let's plug in the others as well. These are extra large motors, which go into those there. Oh no, I've got it all upside down. That's why it's not telling me I got it right. It should be that way up. So the little one goes in there, and yes, it says, look, you've got that one right. There you go. And so when you put in those, it says, yep, you've got all the motors plugged in. Well done. You can carry on. And it's connected. Apparently, this will be assembled into the thing. Chris has a burner phone, so yes, pretty much. Let's set up your model. It says it calibrates. It makes them all buzz and jump and whirry noises. And apparently, it's calibrated. Visit the mechanic when maintenance is needed. Always a good idea. So it says to drive forward and reverse. Use that one to go forward and reverse. Now, when going forward, you saw that one moving. That's this one going as well. You can probably see the red square in there. I can't quite see it, I've got the thing over the top, but yeah, you can see the red internal moving either direction depending on if you're going forwards or backwards, and it'll obviously go quite quickly. And that one's doing exactly the same thing. So they're your drive motors. And this is the steering motor, which will only go a bit one way or the other. Obviously that's going straight, and then backwards. So yeah, it will do that. Combine left and right, so you can go forward and turn left. It steers the front wheels. Combine to turn right and go backwards and forwards and things. So yes, it's don't know why it's not letting me do that. There we go, combine, complete. Alright, so that's done a calibration thing. And then it gives you the main screen, which I'll go through more when I've actually get it up and running. Probably worth it for the controller. Well, the app is free, but it's useless without the box to connect it to. But the box is even better than this, as I found out when I plugged it in and played with it a little bit before. You'd think, yeah, that's alright, it's got nice analog controls of speed and steering. But it's even better than that, because this whole central box is more intelligent. If you notice at the top here, it's got orientation. It's actually based on the orientation of that box. So it actually tells you if you're going up too high, or going uphill or downhill, and tilting left and right as well. So cleverly, it knows exactly what level the kit is on once it's built. It's very scary. There's another option in there I saw. Was it that one? No. Wasn't that one, that's the one I've just done. That's the starting thing. Oh yeah, service your model. Basically goes through the entire thing again, I think. There was another one I saw. I can't find it now. Settings. You can change, obviously, where you are. Metric or imperial. Don't reset things, change the volume. There was another thing I saw about driving it. Might have been that. No. Anyway, I shall play around with it and figure out how it works before. So to drive forward 25 metres is the next challenge. So that was quite easy. Turning right obviously involves going forward and turning right. But it knows it's not turning because it's not turning. It's actually got sensors for all directions as well. That was the other thing I'd found, but I can't find now. It was all about orientation of it, and you can drive with one hand rather than having to use both hands. So yes, it's very in-depth and serious, and I don't know how to turn it off. Last time I took a battery out. It might go off if it loses connection for a little while, but it might not. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll take the batteries back out again. $300 in Australian, darn it, says Angus. Yes, they do have other versions. There were 3 or 4 similar sort of things that I'd seen. This one just looked like the most fun, so I decided to spend out and get this, and obviously keep the stream going for a bit longer for you guys. Don't show Cynical Steve that. He'll buy a kit just for the RC controls. You could probably get the RC controls on their own. Lego are good at selling individual bits. In fact, it has a part number. It's Technic 6283505. You can put it into different kits. That was where I saw the different kits. It was here. There we go. There is a Stig racing car which has the same sort of things inside it, and that might be the huge diggery thing that was being talked about earlier. The R9800 excavator, which is massive. It's huge. It's track powered, so it's obviously going to have steering and a ability to do that as well. So it's probably got, well, there's one more socket on this unit for another motor. So yeah, that'll be quite interesting. Paul says RC Lego car. It is basically, once it's finished, it is a Lego radio controlled car. Bluetooth, so not obviously massive range, but enough to drive around in your garden. Yeah, there almost certainly is a way of turning it off, but so popping out a single battery and putting it back in makes the light go off, so I'm assuming that turns it off. So yes, that's the kit to be built on Friday. Well, I say to be built on Friday. There's no way I'm going to be finishing all of it on Friday. I don't know the part count of it, but it's certainly a lot higher than this. So yes, it's going to be an ongoing build over the next 3 or 4 episodes, I should think. Yes, so that's that. Let me come back to face view, because we've finished looking at that now. You can come back and look at me properly. That's what I've done today. With a little help. So yes, Trucker's here. That's Lewis. Good afternoon, Lewis. Welcome. And just in time for the end. That's that. Yes. Never miss a day. I don't know what that was about, but there we go. Everyone's just saying hello to Lewis now, but I'm going to go so he can talk to each other somewhere. I think the chat stays live for a little while longer, but the video won't be, because that's it. I built it. Finished. 1 hour. Done. Dusted. Yes, so tomorrow is Wednesday, so Wooden Wednesday. I shall honestly, definitely be finishing that big wooden thing. And I'll show you the next one that's going to be happening the week after as well. So things continue. Life may be starting to go back to normal, but that's no reason to make things go back to normal, is it? Things will stay pretty abnormal around here. Thursday is an evening with the gang, so any of the gang members or my lovely patrons are welcome to come along and join me on camera, just to hang out and chat for an hour and a half, talk about whatever comes to mind, and just keep people amused for a little while longer, really. On Friday, yes, that's when the big box gets properly opened, I get the huge instruction manual that's full of decals and pages and stuff. I haven't even opened it yet, but yeah. There's another QR code for you if you want to try and scan that through the box. You might be able to get it better when I open it up. But yes, that will be the start on Friday at 12 o'clock noon on Friday. I'll get that started. Saturday is day off. I don't plan on doing anything. As far as I know, Fox is back doing his Skyrim, but that may or may not happen. We'll find out what happens. Sunday is the day of the streams. Everybody streams on Sunday. So Colin and Dave at Festa 67's workshop do their Sunday brunch, 12:30. 3 o'clock, Fox will be doing his Warhammer. I would expect, if we ask nicely, Dad'll pop in and do an in-between show after Fox and before me, as I'm here at 8. Doing a bit more of the truck that you can't see, that I point at anyway because it's habit, but it's there, but you can see a bit of it. Look, there it is. I shall be doing a bit more of that, getting closer to the end of the painting on that, and then time to start doing some messing it up and weathering. On Sunday. Monday we're back to e-models. And next Tuesday, I say probably not going to be streaming next Tuesday. I might not. I might do a game. We'll figure something out. I hope to do a game at some point during this week as well. Be it either Alex, well, if it stays warm, then VR is not much fun. So I might do some more original Half-Life that I might do a live stream of. We'll play it by ear. Keep an eye on the channel and obviously the Team Inept channel as well. Like and subscribe. And yeah, Trucker's getting half a suntan because he's put his arm leaning out the window of the truck. Graham, really enjoyed that, Chris. Look forward to joining in on more live chats. You're more than welcome. You know when they all are. I say on the channel, my channel, I've now got a heading for the next live streams, of which it's got 3 or 4 set there now already for the rest of the week. But you'll always see them pop up there a few days before or a week before, you know, depending. But yeah, whenever you're about, pop in, say hello. How are you, Shane? Everyone's talking about that. Trucker's arm, yeah. Wedding anniversary on Saturday, says Trucker. Yes, happy. I'll be talking to you before then. But happy anniversary, Nat and Lewis, for I don't know 4 years or something really minor like that. It's not like, you know, my 24 years that we did it last month, a month before. But yeah. Thanks again, Chris and all, says Sal. Just joined your Facebook group, Chris, says James. Yes, absolutely. The Facebook group is a thing. I haven't put any things up. I have a Facebook group, which apparently I can. Yes, there we go. On Facebook, there is a group called the Gross Group. It's designed for you lot to just put pictures in of things that you've been building throughout the week. And on a Thursday, I go through it, and all the pictures that have been put up in the last week, I'd show off. If you put up a video or a link to a group or something, it doesn't come up when I go through the pictures. But people can still see it when they go to the group. But if you want the pictures to actually be shown on the stream, then just put them in as pictures. Don't bother putting them in an album or anything. Just put in a post with a picture or 2, or 3, or 17. And when we go through, we'll talk about them and see what we think. That's that there. I do also have a website, which I post up occasionally. I've been a bit lax. Well, I've been a bit lax doing everything except for live streams during the lockdown thing. But that's there. Have a look. It gives you links to all the other media sites and things that I take part on. That's there as well. While I'm here, I've got another button that I press. I have an Amazon list that I've prepared containing a few other Lego kits and things. Basically, doing all these live streams, this is like the 19th live stream that I've done of building Lego and stuff. I can't afford to go out and buy kits for each and every one. But if you want to donate a kit to me, then there's a link in there of a few that I thought would be quite good fun. If you'd like to, you can send them to me. That's basically all it is. Have a look through. I've put in a few of various different prices. There's some very expensive ones that I know nobody's going to put in. I'll put in the big Lamborghini, but nobody's going to buy it. I will. I'll put it in later. But yeah, there are some cheaper kits in there just to keep the streams going a bit longer. I say just purely because I can't afford to buy a kit for every stream that I do. I might make back a couple of pounds from a stream, but not enough to buy a kit. That's there. I do have a merchandise site which sells the Gross Models t-shirts and hats and wallets and things. At the moment, it might not be active because of the lockdown thing. It's a small shop that do it for me, so they're sort of in the process of getting back to normal. But bear with them. If it is up and running, and you order something, it might take a little while for them to fulfill it. But feel free to have a look around and see. And the other way you can help out massively is by joining my ever-growing Patron family. For a small, I don't know how to term it, fee, donation, charge a month. basically most of it gets kicked through to me, and I can then afford to keep hosting services and websites running and things like that, and buying kits and stuff. So feel free. All my lovely patrons are lovely, of course. They're not as fluffy as Fox's patrons, I'm well aware, but their fluffiness level is increasing. So if you'd like to join their number, that's how you do it. Other than that, that's the end now. I've got one more button to press, which should do all the ending stuff and finish and actually end. So we'll see if that works. If it doesn't, then I'll still be sitting here looking a bit puzzled in a couple of minutes. But other than that, thank you all for watching. Stay safe, wash your hands, and I shall see you tomorrow at midday for the Wooden Wednesday, for the end of the wood building thing, and the announcement of the next one, although I think I've already announced it, but I'll show you it again. So thank you all for watching. I shall see you soon. Stay safe, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.